The first WTA finals in Saudi Arabia concluded with world number 3 Coco Gauff lifting the women's tennis season-ending title. And while 20-year-old Gauff scripted history by becoming the youngest to win the title since Maria Sharapova did 20 years ago, and that's what people should be talking about. But what's taking center stage, of course, is not the tennis action. It started with the hosting rights of Saudi Arabia being questioned, and the latest, of course, to hit the headlines was a two-time Grand Slam winner being body-shamed on air by a commentator. Prominent tennis journalist Jon Wertheim mocked Wimbledon winner Barbora Krejcikova during her semi-final against Qin Wen Zhang. Wertheim made a comment about Krejcikova's forehead. The remark left many frustrated, calling Wertheim unprofessional. In fact, Krejcikova too launched a scathing attack on Wertheim, even claiming that it isn't the first time she has encountered such comments. What Krejcikova is pointing out is that this is a recurring issue in women's sports. Rather than talking about an athlete's performance, a journalist wants to identify the champion, comment on the champion by her looks, the way she looks, her forehead in this instance. Quite a disgraceful statement to make there. This isn't any tennis player. Krejcikova is a recognized name. She has had a remarkable year, winning the Wimbledon title and reaching the semi-finals of the WTA season ender. And she currently is ranked 10th in the world. Wertheim may have been unaware that he was on air, as he claims, but if that is in fact his personal opinion, it points out to how easy it is for many voices to overlook the accolades of major sports athletes and comment on their physical appearances and their outfits instead. The broadcaster was quick to respond and removed Wertheim from their panel. The matter didn't end there. Andy Roddick, who does a podcast with Wertheim, in fact, actually asked the journalist to apologize on air for his comments.
Really wish we were talking about tennis, but I appreciate it you put it nicely. I'm full of regret, remorse, and an apology. I made a very uncharitable remark, meant as self-deprecation, but it involved the photo of another player. It was Barbora Krejcikova.
Now, while Wertheim tried his best to salvage the situation by apologizing on a public platform, what's more concerning, though, about Wertheim's comments is the fact that he not only mocked Krejcikova, but his exact statement also indirectly targeted the other semi-finalist Qin Wen Zhang, which is quite shameful given Wertheim is a recognized voice in the tennis fraternity. If he can be so ignorant and condescending when talking about a player despite her stature, how can we expect any better from the rest? Because these issues are rooted in other sports too. 18-time LPGA Tour winner Lydia Ko has had her share of battles in her professional career. The pro golfer once spoke about her struggles with fat shaming. Julie Inkster, a 7-time major winner and a commentator, remarked, "Looks like she needs to go to the buffet counter a little bit." This was heavily objected to by fans, but Inkster defended her comment by saying it was just a joke. But given the statement was more made on a public platform, it only got more people to comment. This sort of body shaming is pretty rampant in all levels of competitive sport. 2 male sports broadcasters were in fact fired after they were caught body shaming female high school basketball players on a local radio station. Jim Carter and Steve Shaw criticized players' weights during a high school girls junior tournament on air, with one saying that they are 2 girls out there extremely overweight. And it is these negative statements that fan public perceptions to form public opinions. In 2023, during the Australian Open coverage, Jelena Dokic, who was conducting post-match interviews, was body shamed for her appearance. And it did not take much for fans to get onto the troll wagon too. The fact that Dokic has opened up about fighting mental health issues, of course, did not help. But that is how We've seen it everywhere. Trolls are waiting to roast athletes and all they need is a line, which is why it becomes all the more critical that prominent voices like Wertheim do not normalize such comments. All it does is make certain trolls believe it is okay to make derogatory remarks that take away from an athlete's skills and their performance, more so when it is about women sports persons.